I'm working on video editing, but I'm down here fishing while I'm waiting, and finally caught myself a nice little brook trout. So that'll be dinner tonight. Yes. Alright, well, I just cleaned the trout. You know, it's not a real big trout, but it's definitely big enough to have with dinner. So really excited about that. That really made my day. Keeping it in the cooler till I'm ready to cook tonight. But figure out kind of what I'm gonna have with that and go ahead and make us a real good fresh caught trout dinner tonight. Almost tempted to run into Walmart and get a couple potatoes and fry up some chips and have fish and chips. But I think we'll go ahead and hang out here for a little longer and maybe try fishing for just a little bit more. You know, I haven't had any luck since I caught that fish, but you never know, with dusk coming on, it's possible. So we'll go ahead and hang out here for a bit and get a little more video editing done and get a little more fishing in, figure out what we want to do for dinner and grab stuff in town if we need to, and then head up to camp. Well, I think that all the people swimming in the river are scaring off the fish right now. They seem to be real shy to bite. So like they say, if you can't beat them, join them. Alright, well, our new plan, which I think will work out a little bit better, is we're going to get up to camp and go ahead and pack up the tent and reorganize and pack the Jeep and take the tarps that are set up at camp and go ahead and set them up over the Jeep where we park up front. You know, there's a fire pit up there and all that stuff. I think that'll just be a lot better. You know, I don't mind packing up a couple tarps a little wet. You know, those aren't too bad. You know, it's not like they go into a sack or anything like that. But the tent in particular, I really would prefer, especially seeing as we got a day with no rain today for the first time in like 5 days, that I don't have to pack up the tent wet, you know, now that it's dry. Well, 2 hours later and like 50 adjustments, and I finally got the tarps set up to where they should keep me fairly dry and give me a little bit of room around the Jeep to either hang out or just get around. And I set it up where none of it is attached to the Jeep, so if I need to go somewhere tomorrow, I don't have to take any tarps down. I should be able to just pull out. But yeah, it's just, I'm getting a little frustrated. You know, there's just one thing after another lately that's just been a struggle or something I have to deal with. And tonight now, this rain came in over 3 hours early, and because of the time it took to set up camp and everything up here, I'm not going to be able to cook my fish for dinner and all that. And it's supposed to rain for the next 2 days straight, so I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to get to do that, but we'll figure it out, I guess. Well, good morning. It's still raining, of course, but we're definitely waking up feeling a little more optimistic than we were last night. We're going to just kind of chill out here for a little bit and wake up and enjoy the rain, actually. You know, when you're not getting wet and the tarps are doing their job pretty well, it's kind of peaceful. So we'll go ahead and get our stuff together and kind of make a plan for the day. And the hope is that we can pull out without tearing this tarp down. Moment of truth here. How do you like them apples? we're gonna go ahead. We got about 15 minutes left on laundry and get that done, and then I think we might actually even go ahead and head over to Starbucks and grab a coffee and do another video edit. Well, we're down here by Starbucks. I'm gonna go ahead and get a coffee and get some more editing done. I don't know why, but there is just a ton of people in town today. You know, most of the parking lots everywhere are full up. There's just people everywhere. I'm ready to get back into the forest and get away from it all, rain or not. This is not what I was wanting to deal with. We'll go ahead and head into Starbucks. Alright, well, we're heading back into the forest here in just a moment, and got a couple more segments of the video done. I got about 4 days worth of footage done, and I've still got probably at least another 2 or 3 days to do. It kind of stacked up on me, and we were just so, you know, active during that time. I ended up with a lot of footage, and it really took time to get it sorted out and everything. So it's going to be a longer video, and it's going to encompass quite a bit. So it's definitely been taking some time to do the video editing, but we're getting there. Alright, well, we decided to just come on back to camp, and I came up with a perhaps not so elegant but certainly functional solution for cooking tonight. I set up a tent over one of the lines, or a tarp over one of the lines over the fireplace there, and it'll at least keep the charcoal whenever I'm cooking dry. So oh man, that dinner was good. That like touched me on a spiritual level. You know, and it was really delicious, but I think part of it is just I worked pretty hard for that meal, you know, between hours of fishing and then a whole day trying to get it set up where I could cook it, and then the cooking process itself was fairly extensive, I guess you could say. Just gonna finish drinking some beers here and watch a movie, and I think we'll go ahead and call it a night after that. So we'll see y'all in the morning. Alright, well, I really don't like that. As you might be able to see, my airbag light is on now. And for a little while, this instrument panel wouldn't turn off. I think some rain probably got into somewhere, or the moisture, you know, from outside due to the constant rain lately. I turned the engine on and ran the heat for a little while, and well, that would definitely explain the wood smoke, campfire smell. I've already cleared a lot of it out, but all in here on top of the engine block and exhaust manifold was a ton of leaves and material and stuff. Something had built a nest on top of the warm engine to stay dry last night. And when we started up the engine, and I'm sure that's why it's shorting out, is that there's something, you know, putting a bunch of junk in here. Yeah, when we started up the engine last night, warmed it up, it must have burned some of those leaves. So at least we didn't have a, yeah, and see, it even tore up a little bit of the top fabric for the hood. So at least my Jeep didn't catch on fire last night. That's good. Alright, I think we've got a plan kind of set up. We're going to go ahead and get things resupplied here in town and get ready for heading out. It is supposed to rain pretty much all day today and into tomorrow morning. But, I mean, we're going to be driving and packing up in the rain anyways, either way we do it. So I guess it really doesn't matter. My main concern was that I thought we were going to miss Crabtree Falls, Craggy Garden, Mount Mitchell State Park, stuff like that. Because this 80 here, this road here, is where the camp area that I'm going to be looking at going is. But we're down here on this road, and we're going to take, we will miss Mount Pisgah, unfortunately. I still haven't gotten to hike that, but I'm just not going to do it in the rain. We're going to go ahead and go up, probably stop by Asheville maybe while we're around there. Check out the visitor center at Craggy Gardens, and then probably go ahead and camp out for the night somewhere in this area along the road. And then tomorrow, when the rain starts to let up, we're going to cut back up to Mount Mitchell State Park and hopefully do some hiking there, and then up to Crabtree Falls, which should be pretty impressive with all the rain that's been coming through. And the other side of it is, honestly, I'm sick of being here in this same spot. We've been here for 6 days, 5 nights, if I'm not mistaken. And I got a feeling too that if we end up trying to stay at that same spot last night, that we did last night, that critter might come in and try to, you know, set up a nest on my engine again. All right, well, we got all the tarps packed up, the plastic bags in the Jeep. This would be, oops. This would be why I hate packing stuff up wet, because you always end up wet doing it. But we're heading up to the parkway, so we'll see you there. Here and parked up and everything. Jeep's kind of set up. Probably do some fishing in a little bit if this heavy mist lays off at some point. But just kind of reviewing this Mount Mitchell map for tomorrow possibly. I'll have to look at my forecast again to see when the rain's supposed to quit tomorrow. I want to say it's supposed to be done by like 7 or 8 a.m. You know, something kind of earlier in the morning. So we'll see. Another segment of the trip video done. I think I just got like 1 day worth of footage left to do, so I should be done with it soon. Hopefully I can get it uploaded tomorrow. So we're just gonna hang out here, make some dinner, watch a movie, and call it a night. So I might check in one more time before bed, otherwise I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, good morning. It's about 7:45 at the moment. I've been up since about 7 o'clock. It's just barely misting at the moment still. It's been doing that all morning. It should pass here probably in about an hour tops. So I've been kind of just working out a plan. I did finally get episode 4 finished editing last night and saved. So this morning I transferred it over to my phone, and we're hoping that we can get that uploaded probably when we get up on Mount Mitchell or something along those lines, or up on the parkway. But just looking at our map here, and we're probably only going to spend about 1 day in here. We're going to head up to Mount Mitchell State Park and check that out, up to Crabtree Falls, see about getting up to the falls and seeing that. And then probably just go all the way up towards Linville Falls area and Linville Gorge, find a spot to park and sleep for the night. And then tomorrow we'll start our adventuring in Linville Gorge. Yeah, and then to top everything off, it's supposed to stop raining sometime this afternoon and then be fairly nice tomorrow, and then we'll have like 4 more days of rain to deal with. I'm just fed up with this rain. It needs to stop. You know, it's gonna be like 2 weeks where we've had 2 days that it didn't rain. You know, it's just ridiculous. Again, you know, there's nothing I can really do about it, so I'm just gonna keep pushing forward. Mount Mitchell State Park. We're up at the parking area for Mount Mitchell, hitting the little Summit Tower Trail. It's just a couple hundred yards, a few hundred yards, something like that. It's definitely still misting. I doubt there's going to be much views up there, but we're going to go up there anyways. It's the highest peak in the eastern United States, and we're not going to leave it out on the trip, even though there's probably not going to be any views. So we'll go ahead and get up there and see what it's like, and then get back down to the Jeep, because it is chilly up here. I tell you, it's like mid-40s, and I dressed for the weather to clear up, so wearing shorts, but we'll keep moving, and that'll keep us warm, and then we'll get on up there and check it out and get back down to the Jeep. Now Mitchell, highest peak east of the Mississippi River, 6,684 feet. And man, is it misting and foggy up here. A little bit of a climb from parking, but not too bad. Alright, well, we're heading back down. There's not really any views up here, and it's pretty cold and windy and misty. So I'm ready to get back to the Jeep, but I think I probably will put up some photos and such that I got last time I was out here when it was nice and clear, and that way you guys can kind of get an idea of what you'd see up here on a clearer day. Oh, man, that wind is just chilly up here, I'll tell you. It is just whipping this mist right through here. I better turn off this camera and stash it away before it gets too wet. Oh man, that was just nasty up there. It is just blowing wind and mist and soaked my shorts pretty good. Thankfully I'm wearing quick drying clothing, but whew, that was pretty nasty. We're gonna go ahead and heading back down to the parkway and then heading towards Crabtree Meadows and all that, and sure hoping that it's kind of clear down there by the time we get there. Oh my god, y'all, it's the sun. Oh, I almost forgot what it felt like. Oh, it feels so good. Well, we are over here by the Crabtree campground. Trailhead for Crabtree Falls is right over here. It's 1.5 miles each way, 3 miles round trip. And I want to say something like 500 or 600 feet in elevation loss, and then you regain it on the way back. But it should be a pretty impressive waterfall, especially with the rainfall recently. So me and Brownie are going to go ahead and get going and head on down the trail and check it out. You know, never done this trail before, so that's always cool. We'll keep moving though and get down to the fall. Tell you, it is really nice to be back to doing some hiking, back on trail. The last 3 or 4 days I haven't really got any hiking in because of the rain, and wasn't much sun or anything. I think it was really getting to my mood, but after things clearing up today and seeing that amazing waterfall, my spirits are definitely a little higher. So I'll probably get about 3/4 mile uphill to the campground area, and then about a half a mile I think kind of up and down a little bit from there to where we're parked. So get up that direction and see you there. All right, made it back to the Jeep. Wasn't too bad of a climb on the way up, you know, definitely uphill, but not too far. And I'd really recommend this trail. You know, it's a beautiful trail, not too difficult, and those falls are just spectacular. So I'm gonna go ahead and get in the Jeep and get Brownie all situated and get her some water, and we'll be moving on. Well, we hopped off the parkway and grabbed some gas and all that. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get over here and find a campsite. We've completed about 150 miles of the Blue Ridge Parkway now, which makes us about 1/3 of the way done with the parkway. And we're gonna be here in Linville Gorge for about the next week. So we'll see y'all when we find a spot for camp. All right, I'm actually really excited about this campsite we just found. The road is right here, of course. Pulled off into this little driveway. This is I believe Old Memorial Linville Highway or something along those lines. I'm not quite sure, but this site is fantastic. First of all, there's a nice little elevated area right up here that, while it's not perfectly level, will work for the tent. So we're going to set up the tent over here, and then we got a nice fire pit over here, and just look at all this firewood that is left at this campsite. So we're going to have a campfire tonight, I'll tell you that much. Probably make some hot dogs, and a pretty nice little fire pit here. We're actually just up the road a little ways from the infamous cabin trail, which, if you guys watched my last Linville Gorge video, you would know was not a good time for me. So yeah, I think it's just kind of right around the corner down there is cabin trail. And then Wiseman's U is a ways up that way. We're actually only like 3 miles from town, and the icing on the cake, I have 3 bars of 4G service right here at camp. So I'm going to be able to let the video finish, episode 4 finish uploading while we're here at camp, and I won't have to worry about going anywhere to check weather forecasts or anything like that. So I really don't think we could have asked for a better campsite. You know, this is just perfect. So we'll go ahead and start getting set up and check in with you when we're done with that. All right, well, we got most everything set up. There's about 5,000 flies on the hood of my Jeep. Just set up an extra little tarp over the front area of the tent, just so that I can make sure that that area stays dry for storing whatever whenever the rain rolls back in. And then I set up a nice tarp setup over here over the campfire. Should work pretty well, I think, for allowing me to have a campfire going even if it's raining a bit. You know, I don't know about if it's heavy rain or whatever. Get my chair, and this campsite even come with the table. How about that? So yeah, I'm digging this. You know, even got a little bit of views through the trees of the neighboring mountain ridges, and there's actually bathrooms up at the information cabin only about maybe a mile away, 1.5 miles tops, which is pretty awesome. And again, it's really great to have a bunch of 4G service up here on my phone, so that I can do whatever I need to do, look up stuff, upload video, whatever. So we're going to go ahead and kind of get settled in here and start getting ready for dinner, I think. Maybe just grab a snack to tide us over and then make dinner after that. But we're pretty happy with this. So we're going to hang out, and I think that'll be about it for this episode. And next episode will involve all the stuff we're doing here in Linville Gorge. So I hope you guys will tune in, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys next time.